Does maths and numbers make you a little nervous? Well, if it does, then you are not alone. I was not very good at mathematics back in school, and I think I'm not that good at it right now. In fact, I always run away from anything that has to do with math and numbers because I convinced myself that I wasn't good enough at it. And guess what? I actually started to believe that I wasn't good enough at math. Always told myself that no, you know what, you're the creative brain, etc. So you don't have to worry much about the numbers, and it's not going to affect you in life, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm still looking for the X. I'm wondering how does solve for X's benefit us in our lives. I hope our guest Mohammed Khota is going to give us insight into that. But if you were wondering how to help your child become more comfortable with the numbers and to love mathematics and to love things with numbers, then you are in the right place. Our guest for today is mathematician and founder of KWay Institute, Mohammed Khota. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mohammed, shukran for joining me.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for having us on your show.
Alhamdulillah. All right. So, first of all, why do people have math or numbers anxiety? Why are we afraid of it?
Generally, the anxiety with mathematics comes from the way it was dispersed or the way it was taught. And coming from their previous experiences, they've put these blocks in front of them. And what we at KWay strive to do is break away these barriers that have been instilled from such a young age, and this fear and anxiety that they've built for themselves over the past couple of years to where they are right now. So our vision and our mission at KWay is to assist them in a fun way to make them understand that mathematics is part of our everyday life. We use maths in every aspect of our life, and that is the future of our country. It's where are we going to be taking the youth and taking South Africa to the next level.
Sorry, I was on mute there for a second. So how does this fear set one back from loving mathematics and going out there and getting, great marks for the subject?
The fear comes in when you're failing. And the minute you feel that you can do it and you have the right motivation to be able to do it and you believe that you can do it, obviously you start breaking away and tearing away all those walls. Just to explain to all my viewers or to all the listeners that when I was in grade 12, in the June exam of grade 12, I had below 20% in mathematics. And I was terribly afraid, but I knew I could do it, but I was afraid of it. And it just took somebody that I sat with during the June exams. In the holidays, we actually we went through the entire system. I made shortcuts, I made hacks. And at the end of the year, I finished a 3-hour paper in 1.5 hours. And I did a 3-hour paper in 1.5 hours, did the same paper twice. And I got a distinction. I got an A I got 100%. What I believe, I don't think I left out anything. My final matric mark just said an A. So yeah, from not knowing anything in mathematics and having this biggest anxiety to mathematics to then working on it. But yes, it does take practice, but you need to be shown how it's done. And that's what we here at KWay, what we do is we show the learners how it's done, increase their motivation, show them that they can do it on their own. But again, like anything, it takes practice, and we start them off from basic, moving them in different levels, moving from basic to advanced, and in a very short period of time. So we've got a whole host of products and services, and there's lots of resource material out there. So we want the public to talk to us on how we can take their learners from zero to hero in a very short period of time, because it is a race against time. I think all the matriculants or all the learners, in fact, from grade 7 right up to grade 12, they've got their first term results. They're all looking at their reports, and everybody is now worried what's going to happen for the balance of the year. So we've got about a month and a half before June exams. After the holidays, We need to get kick-started with the program. We need to see the impact of the intervention on the learner, and that's what we specialize in. So, yeah, it can be done. So we want the listeners to know that you're not alone in your problem. There are millions of learners across South Africa that's facing the same problems, but there are people who are getting help, and we are here to assist through Salam Media, through our channels, and through all the various intervention projects and services that we have. That yes, you can do it, and if you want to know the simple question, answer to the question, is it too late? No, it's not. So there is hope, and there is hope of getting your learner from wherever he's sitting right now to getting, we call it the green phase, from the red phase, being red flag right now, to the orange phase and to the green phase. Yes, we can get you there in a very short period of time, you know.
All right, now, before you get to assisting a child or someone who is struggling with math, how do you tell if they are struggling?
Look, we do a baseline assessment, and that we do on work that they've already previously covered for the term, and even some very basic questions from last year. And once we see that they are struggling with that, we know whether it's just support or whether intervention is required. So a lot of the listeners out there, or a lot of the people out there, believe that, you know what, I just need to get a tutor and a tutor will sort out all my problems. No, a tutor won't just sort out all your problems. You need to get a specialist involved to be able to identify at what level your child is at, firstly, so that everybody is on the same page, and then prescribe certain strategies and intervention and implement these strategies. It's a consultation process, it's an engagement process, not just a matter of somebody who has just, passed matric last year. Okay, you know what, this person knows maths, or they've just finished. There's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a very, very, very specialized field. Intervention is a specialized field. It's not just taking a learner, seeing where their problems are, and then saying, oh, okay, you know what, this is the way we do it. You've got to tailor make packages, because each learner is unique and each learning strategy is very different. So you've got to look at each learner independently and work on strategies that's going to assist these learners.
All right, Mohammed, please stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and we will continue thereafter.
So,
hands, Salam Media. It's the agenda. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, yet many children go to school hungry because of poverty. Penny Appeal's Breakfast Club aim to get a warm, hearty meal to underprivileged children so they can spend the day prospering in their schoolwork. Help feed a needy learner by visiting our website on www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573 to find out how you can donate. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Vada Gold and Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
With up to 97% of Gaza's water supply unfit for human consumption, desalinated water is the only hope to avoid catastrophe. The Al-Imdad Foundation has been operating desalination plants and delivering safe water in the Gaza Strip since 2014. Help us continue providing clean, safe drinking water in Gaza by donating your lila or sadaqah today. Visit alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
If you've ever struggled or have a child who struggles with mathematics and numbers, then listen up, because we are trying to break that fear from your child, that fear that your child has with mathematics and numbers, and help them to love it, so that they can go from having 10%, 20% to having 90% at the end of the year. And helping us to do that is Mohammed Khota, the founder of KWay Institute, and he is also a mathematician. I wish I had a Mohammed Khota during my times. I think things would have been very different, because as Mohammed mentioned earlier, people just think that getting a tutor and sending a child for tuition is will solve the problem, and it doesn't, because I've been for tuition and it didn't solve anything. I basically still didn't do so well in mathematics, but that doesn't have to be you. So, Mohammed, shukran for staying on the line now. Let's talk about how we can turn things around. How do we get children to start loving mathematics and numbers?
Look, firstly, we need to engage. The conversation needs to start taking place at home. Our communities, alhamdulillah, we were talking, you were just talking about the weekend, the shopping festival, and you look at the amount of entrepreneurs within our community. I've been to both I'm actually exhausted with the two shows. You know what's it like each time, going with the wife and going with the kids. Yeah, it was exhausting, but it was inspiring in the sense that we see so many entrepreneurs within our community, alhamdulillah. And everything that is produced and manufactured, we as a Muslim ummah, we can provide that service to. I think the only thing that we haven't yet produced is a motor car and a cell phone. Other than that, if you look at the amount of enterprising individuals within our community, from the Sultan Bahu Fate, and we haven't even scratched the tip of the iceberg. And it's something, alhamdulillah, that we as a community should be exceptionally proud of. And that we haven't, that despite all the restrictions put on us, that despite the level of education, despite everything, you see the amount of enterprising individuals and that are able to be independent and sustain themselves through such turbulent times. And alhamdulillah, just looking at these two fates gave me such new fresh hope that we need to now produce our own fuel. We need engineers. And this is the conversations that need to be taking place at home. And each household needs to ask themselves that from our home, what are we contributing to the ummah as a whole, and what are we contributing to uplifting South Africa in all the necessary fields, and in all the and are we fulfilling all the necessary skills that our communities demand? So once these conversations start getting opened and the kids are talking about it and the numbers are played, and parents need to start talking and grooming their children into business fields, into the enterprising fields. In fact, automatically numbers come into play. I've just come now. I'm sitting here at one of our offices that we're engaging with. I'm actually using their boardroom here in Randburg, and alhamdulillah, you see the level of competency with the whole team that's involved. There's over 12, 13 board members here, and it was just number crunching from the morning right until now, until our interview. And even going forward from here, how are we going to engage the entire South Africa onto an online platform and provide this scarce resource of mathematics intervention. And inshallah, we at KWay are going to be very, very proactive in engaging the youth, engaging the parents onto these online platforms to be able to disperse this kind of information and this vital, scarce resource to the rest of South Africa. So I think number one is to get the conversation going within schools, getting your kids at home, because education starts at home. And when these conversations start, even the level of conversations need to change around the eating table, and stop talking about TikToking and stop talking about social media plays an important, but instead of dancing and instead of doing all this, getting them upping the frequency at home, having these intellectual mathematical conversations. What are you doing? How's your numbers doing? How's your business doing? What's your bottom line? Getting them into this corporate mentality so that the transition is so easy when it comes, and they absorb the numbers so much easier, and it starts making sense to them. Accounting starts making sense to them. Physics starts making sense to them. Chemistry starts making sense to them. Quadratics, equations, and number crunching starts making sense to them. All this starts taking place at home.
Interestingly enough, a lot of things that we do requires calculations. It requires some sort of mathematics or numbers involved. I mean, it's not just you're going to walk down the street and that's it. You're going to have to calculate the distance of the car, the time it's going to take, etc., etc. So it's like, either way, the numbers are going to be involved some way or the other. Now, for parents who have been struggling with mathematics themselves, how can they assist their children?
Okay, like I said, we've got a number. I don't know whether we can share our number. If I could share our WhatsApp number here on Salam Media, or they will contact you directly. Parents can contact our institute and we can guide parents. We've got products, we've got videos, we've got DVDs, we've got USBs, where these parents, specifically with regard to the content matter for their child, for the specific grade, for CAPS curriculum. So whether they are Sakai, doing homeschooling, the South African Comprehensive Assessment Institute, or they are IEB, the old ex-Model C school, or the Independent Examinations Board, or the DBE. They are all CAPS aligned, and we've got products and services and books for each specific grade. So yes, there is help available. They can contact us, and we do have that, and we can guide them. Even if they don't take our products and they don't take our services, we can always guide the parents onto the right path and showing them exactly what course of action, and put out the different options for the parent. And ultimately, the parent then will decide what is best to suit them. But they are not in the dark. There is help available. Talk to us, and we'll just put you onto the right trajectory.
All right. So how can people get in touch with KWay Institute? Are you on social media platforms, etc.?
Yes, look, we're on Facebook. They can invite me as Mohammed Khota, MOHAMMED, Mohammed Khota, KHOTA, or they can WhatsApp me 081 706 3986. I'll just repeat that number, 081 706 3986, or they can just email us at kwaymath@gmail.com, KWayMath@gmail.com, or they can also visit our website, www.kwayinstitute.co.za. But the best way to get hold of me, whether we are in meetings or whatever, we're always accessible. We'll always return your call. Just WhatsApp me. WhatsApp is the easiest way, 081 706 3986, and we'll be glad. We respond to every single inquiry. There isn't an inquiry that we haven't responded to. And alhamdulillah, we're celebrating 20 years, our 20-year anniversary this year. Alhamdulillah, we started KWay in 2002. It's 2022 right now, and 20 years in the game. And alhamdulillah, with the goodness of Allah, we're still standing strong. And this is our mission. This is what we're going to do till we die. We love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. We're passionate about making a change. And we've seen learners from below 20% to above 80%. And we've got hundreds of testimonials to share with everybody. So everyone else in the country can do it, you too can do it.
Definitely. Okay, Mohammed, any final thoughts, advice to our audience?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. As long as we have the yaqeen, as long as we've got iman, as long as we've got the taqwa, and as long as we make dua, that Allah is here to assist me, my child. We are just a tool. It's not, nothing is from us. Even this ability to be able to speak to you. And I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to be one of his tools to utilize in dunya, to be able to empower and to uplift our communities, and to see all these learners. I mean, some of our learners now are doctors and lawyers, and we meet them in the streets, and they married with children. And I met them at the fates this weekend, and it was so heartwarming to see that today we are in biotechnology, we are lawyers, we are qualified doctors, and to see that, alhamdulillah, maybe somehow along the line that we have been an instrument of that change. So don't give up, and have hope always. As long as we've got iman, we've always got hope, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make us achieve and be a positive contributor to society. Keep on asking yourself, what is it that I am doing or my child will be doing that will impact positively on the ummah all the time?
All right, Mohammed, shukran so much for your time and for chatting to us. I hope that our parents, viewers, anyone who is struggling with maths will have a different view now, knowing that there is hope and light at the end of the tunnel. All right, assalamu alaikum. Have a wonderful day.
Jazakallah so much. Thank you for having us on the show.
All right, so once again, those numbers are 081-706-3986, and you can send a WhatsApp message or an SMS if you would like assistance, 081-706-3986, and you can also send an email to kwaymath@gmail.com. That's KWay math, not maths, math @gmail.com. It is 11:30. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mario Mukwanda. We will be right back.